Hello, my fellow viewers. Welcome to MR.Wanyoike, the digital learning platform. We are on a biology topic, and in the previous lesson, we were looking on the inheritance of certain characteristics, and we looked on the various reasons why fruit fly is why it is normally used in the lab when in the study of genetics. And in today's lesson, I'm going to come up with the concept of incomplete dominance. In today, we are going to start on the area of genetics that is incomplete dominance. Incomplete dominance. And as far as the incomplete dominance is concerned, this is a condition in which each of the allelic gene expresses itself equally. And therefore, whenever you are asked, you define what is the meaning of incomplete dominance, it means that it is a condition whereby the allelic gene expresses themselves equally. Each of the allelic gene expresses itself equally. And there is an example which I'm going to give here so that you can understand more on this. And the example which I'm going to use here, the question reads, when a pure breed of red flowered, when a pure breed of red flowered for o'clock plant, that is, the scientific name is Mirabilis jalapa. That is Mirabilis jalapa. That is the scientific name, Mirabilis jalapa, and you should underline them separately when you are when it is handwritten, and you observe the scientific rules. Is closed, supposed to be closed, is closed with pure breed of white with a pure breed of white flowered 4 o'clock plant. Then you are told with flood of each blend equally, to produce pink flowers, to produce pink flowered plants. That is 4 o'clock plants. 4 o'clock plants. Then you are told draw a punnet square to illustrate this observation, and you are given you note the gene that determine the dominant gene that determine the red color of the flowers is denoted by capital R, and that is a dominant gene. And for the white color, the gene is that is also dominant. For the white color, dominant gene. So both of them are dominant. It means that when they come together, each of the gene is referred to as a dominant gene. because each one of them will represent itself equally. The solution to this question, you are expected to come up with a Punnett square. You are expected to come up with a Punnett square. And the observation is that all the plants, that is the F1 generation, all of them were having pink flowers. And therefore, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to draw a Punnett square here. You're supposed to draw a Punnett square. That is a square. And then you divide it into 3 columns and also into 3 rows. Those are the procedure. And here you put a diagonal line, and here you can put the male, and we have the female. The female, and the female, that is the female flower, as far as the female part of the flower is concerned, and therefore that is how you are supposed to represent them. And as far as the two of them are concerned, the first one, the pure breed of red flower, and therefore you cannot put red here. That is a dominant gene. Red, and also another dominant gene. Why? Because it was a pure. You can see from the question it was a pure breed, and therefore of red flowered plant, meaning that there were 2 identical genes that represent dominant gene represented by letter R. And in the second case, we have 2 dominant genes also. That is, the allelic gene was made up of 2 identical genes that is represented by W, and therefore during the fertilization, what happened is that there was random fusion, such that the gamete from the red flowered plant fused with the gamete from the white flowered, and therefore we will have red W there. And what about this case also? This one, red, will fuse with W to form an offspring having that genotype. And the same case applies to this one, that is red fuses with white to form an individual with having both R and W, that is, and also finally we have R linking or being fusing randomly with W to form RW. And therefore, as far as I have this diagram is concerned, these 4 represent the offspring, the F1 offspring, and therefore you can see that the F1 generation, F1 generation genotype, genotype supposed to be as far as F1 generation genotype, all of them will be having RW, and therefore the genotype is supposed to be RW for all the offspring, and therefore meaning that capital L and capital W will be possessed. Those genes will be possessed by those individuals as far as F1 generation is concerned. What about F1 phenotype? F1 phenotype. As far as F1 phenotype is concerned, we can talk of F1 generation phenotype. F1 generation phenotype. I said the other day, the genotype represent. I said that the genotype from the other day, I said genotype is the genetic makeup, and therefore we normally use the letters as per the question. If you are given letter R, you use letter R. If you are given letter K, you use letter K, depending with the question, or depending with the examiner, which letter is he willing you to use in the question. And therefore, as far as the phenotype is concerned, previously I defined phenotype as the outward appearance or the physical appearance of an organism. And therefore, as far as phenotype is concerned, as far as this question is concerned, we are going to give the phenotype as 4 of them. All are or have pink flowers. All have pink flowers. Pink flowers. Why? Because R, the gene that represent the red flowers, and the gene that determine whether the flower will be white are both codominant, and therefore a codominant gene will express themselves equally, and therefore none of the flower will be red, and also none of them will be white, and therefore they will blend to form a pink flower. They will blend to form a pink flower. And therefore, having said that, I have come to the end of today's lesson, and till next lesson, your presenter was Mr. Wanyoike, and you can reach me using this number, that is the Kenyan code, that is positive 254, then followed by my number 724 901-639, and therefore you can use this number to reach me for more queries, or if you would like to get something from me, or to understand or to get any information from me, you can always use this number to reach me, that is positive 254 followed by 724 901-639. Your presenter was Mr. Wanyoike. Till next lesson, bye bye.